This YouTube video was presented by Screamscape, your ultimate guide to theme parks.
All right, everyone, right now we're joined by Adrian Jones, the general manager of Legoland Florida?
Yes.
Absolutely. We're going to talk Legoland Hotel.
Yes.
Opening next year. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, the Legoland Hotel formally makes Legoland now Legoland Resort, and it's a 152-bedroom hotel, fully themed interior. It's like the largest Lego toy box you can imagine, and you just drop children into it. But the beauty of our hotel is it's got themed rooms. There's Lego in the rooms, there's Lego in the common areas, but it's right next to the main entrance as well. And it's got beautiful views over Lake Eloise, and it's basically, if you have a child who loves Lego, it's a kid's paradise.
Do you have to be a child to love Legos? Because I'm pretty sure I'm 33 and I still play with Legos in my grandma's basement.
There is such a thing as the adult fans of Lego, so you would fit into that criteria, so yes.
Very cool. Now, my favorite part about the Legoland Hotel in California, you had the disco elevator lift. Is that something we might be able to see here in Florida?
Absolutely. I mean, the disco elevator is part and parcel of what makes a Legoland hotel special. There's also the giant whoopee cushion under the carpet, and you name it. So, but I think the key thing to get across is those are just two of the examples of the little touches that we had in all the rooms. We have lots of Lego everywhere, and that's the key point, is that kids can just play with Lego wherever they are.
Now, are there going to be any perks to staying in a Legoland hotel? You know, some parks that have, hotels right next door, they do early entry or separate gate. Any of that kind of stuff coming? Or?
Absolutely, they will have early entry. And we will also, again, because of the proximity to the entrance, they have the advantage of being able to come in, use the pool at the hotel, which is just for hotel guests, and they can come and go as they please from the entry. But the early ride time is a big one, and they'll also get special access to certain events and things of that nature as well.
It's really cool how close the hotel is to the front of the park. It's like almost a part of the entrance.
We cater for families with very small children. And we also know that when we've built hotels very close to the entrance, it's perfect for mum to go and have a rest in the afternoon and then maybe come for an evening event or something that's happening, or go relax by the pool. But the proximity to the entrance is what we do, because it's key to our market, and our market like that.
Very cool. We're looking forward to it. We'll have to come by next year, check it out when it opens up.
Yeah, come check it out and stand on the whoopee cushion. That'd be great.
Don't have to tell us.
What's going on in the Loop fans? Clint Novak here with the legend. We're at IAAPA. We just had a big release here. It was kind of a team release. You had the Orlando Eye here and Legoland, and you are Jason. I'm going to get there eventually. Jason, you are a model builder for Legoland.
I am indeed. I am a master model designer for Legoland Florida. It's my job on a daily basis to create all of the new, cool, exciting models that we add to our park.
We should so have a build-off, because when I was like 10 years old, me and my friend used to play with Legos all the time, but we'd never build the kits. We would get all the kits together, and we were like, we're going to build an X-Wing today. We're going to build the Batmobile today.
That's
and we
pretty much how I got started. I've been playing with Lego since I was 5 years old. I would take Lego sets, mix it with my own creativity, and create dioramas. Wild West Town had an underwater aquarium type look. And that's just what I did. I grew up doing that and eventually fell into this position, if you will, and well, now you can see what I do on a daily basis.
That's much bigger than anything I
Yeah, it's a little bit
basement.
bigger than an X-Wing, but we have done a full-size X-Wing as well.
That was incredible, yeah.
Yes.
So I think he beat you and your 10-year-old friend in Grandma's basement there.
The other thing that me and my friends used to do all the time with Legos is we would have our video camera and we would do like Lego movies of our own in our basement.
That'll never work. Stupid idea.
No. And then all of a sudden, like, Legoland stealing all of my 10-year-old ideas from me. So. No, so this is super cool, and you do this for a living.
This is what I do for a living. This model alone took about 160 hours to design and build. It has 30,000 bricks just in the buildings at the base, and another 30,000 in the eye itself.
And it moves.
And it moves. It does move.
That is just incredible. Incredible. And so let's say you're sitting around, what kind of office do you have to work with on this?
Is it made out of Legos?
Is it made out of Lego? Well, our office is in the park. It's in our factory exhibit right now. So guests can actually go up to the windows of the doors and look in and see what we're working on.
Oh, that's really cool.
Pretty much what it is we have a giant room with 4 tables where our 4 builders work. And we have an enormous stockpile of Lego in the back. And we have different projects that come in and take those bricks and create what we have.
All right, so
A little bit. I just want to ask a little bit about this project here. What was the most difficult part of building the iDrive 360 and the eye behind us?
The most difficult part is the eye. The eye itself, usually when we create a new model, we'll create a prototype first. All of our buildings were designed using a Lego program called Lego Digital Designer, which is a free program you can download at home.
Sounds really fun.
It allows you to build in a 3D environment. So it was very easy to see exactly how it would look and see the finalized model before we actually built it. The eye, however, we physically had to prototype out a section of it to make sure it looked the way we needed to. And we had to duplicate that section over and over again to get the entire wheel. The wheel itself, or the eye, is actually two separate circles that are then combined together to create the wheel.
wow. Okay, so you're in your office, you're building this, lots of time to just reflect and build. What do you listen to something? Maybe podcasts or anything?
We do listen to podcasts, to music. Sometimes we'll put on movies in the background just for the noise. It kind of keeps us focused, which is
And helps off the insanity.
Exactly. A lot of people think that it would kind of deter our thought process by listening to that stuff, but it actually helps us concentrate a lot better.
All right. How did this get here? And how nervous is it when you're moving something like this?
It wasn't really that difficult. We took the buildings all come apart. There are 3 different sections, so we were allowed to put that onto a cart and wheel that up. The eye itself was the fun part because it is actually taller than every door in each place, pretty much. So we actually went through one of the double doors, kind of tilted it on its side, and brought it through.
That has to be nerve-wracking.
Very, very nerve-wracking.
Did you bring it in like yesterday, and then
we did do it yesterday,
just in case it fell, you'd have enough time?
With lots of extra pieces, obviously. Honestly, it was more nerve-wracking to pull down the curtain than to bring this in. So it's really not too bad.
All right.
Now, just talk a little bit about the park in general. What was your favorite model you got to design, and what was the most difficult model to design?
Well, as Todd said in his presentation, we have over 50 ride shows and attractions in our park. That equates a lot of models. The largest model that we have built to date for our park is we have a 6-foot in diameter Earth that rotates on the correct axis down by our imagination zone. So we designed that in a 3D program modeling system that allowed us to see it in a finalized form. However, the most complicated you're actually standing in front of.
Really?
Because the Earth is just a spherical, circular object. It's very easy to create that. Having to get the details and the intricacies in the eye was a little bit more nerve-wracking.
All right, I got one more.
Okay.
Is there like a dream Lego project you want to see in the park that you could design? I know it's a toughie.
Clint Novak and Legos? Come on, come on.
Well, one of the great things about being a designer and being a builder is we are able to hide references to things throughout our entire park. So I think just the ability to keep hiding myself and my family members
that's so cool.
in the park, that's probably the most fun for me. One of the icons, if you will, in the park that probably speaks the most is in our mini land we have a representation of Las Vegas.
Yep.
And we have a ticker tape that says Gators crush the Bulldogs at the Orange Dome, which makes sense because we're in Florida.
Yeah.
But it makes more sense when my wife went to the University of Florida and I'm originally from Georgia. So it's a reference to us in that billboard.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
So now, one last question from me. At Legoland, you get to play with your own name tags and build your own
Yeah.
things.
As
Do you
you can
obviously get the most creative with yours? Because
I try to. I mean, I've got the turkey going right now for Thanksgiving.
A pirate riding the turkey.
Some sort of minifigure. So what I have done is I decided I wanted to have a different name tag for every month of the year. And so I've actually set out, and for Christmas I have a Christmas wreath. For 4th of July I've got fireworks. I've got for the month of April, which a lot of people are like, what's April? I have a birthday cake because that's my birth month. So it's kind of fun for me.
Well, Jason, this was super nerdy and cool. Thank you very
That's
much.
me right there.
10-year-old Clint is going to love this interview.
It was great meeting you guys.
Thanks, man. That was so much fun.